wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant, I don't even...
Hey y'all, how we doing? Welcome to episode 66 of the Fourth Down Forum podcast. Now I know y'all are gonna be like, yo D, it's been a minute since you did one of these, and I'm gonna address the elephant in the room right now. Your boy kinda hit a wall, and I'm not talking the walls of Jericho. That said, what are we gonna be covering in episode 66 today? Episode 66 is, obviously, you can tell by the get up, I got the Never Before Seen 17 John Cena t-shirt. We got big gold right here. We got some WWE decor in the background. So this is your WWE SummerSlam prediction video, hosted by the Fourth Down Forum podcast. Now, where is SummerSlam emanating from this year? That's going to be in New Jersey. What days are it? August 2nd and August 3rd, a few days before your boy's birthday. Why are we doing the WWE SummerSlam prediction video? Well, as y'all know, we cover wrestling on this channel. This is something I feel like I can ease my way back into and, reignite the, creative flow for the podcast. So without further ado, I got the rundown right here. This is going to be a 2-night event. This is WWE's second biggest pay-per-view behind WrestleMania. How do we know that? Because SummerSlam, for the first time ever, or I believe the first time ever, I could be wrong, is getting a 2-night event. So, we have CM Punk, the best in the world, versus Gunther, the ring general, for the World Heavyweight title. Who do I have winning this match and why? Gunther's second reign as World Heavyweight Champion has been underwhelming, I'm not gonna lie. Like, his first reign, phenomenal. This reign, meh. I have CM Punk winning this match. But, here's the thing. Some people are gonna call me crazy. I don't think Seth Rollins is injured. I think it's a work. I think we're getting played. And I think CM Punk's going to win and Seth Rollins is going to cash in and become the new World Heavyweight Champion. So that's how I have that going down. We got Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's title. Now, this is interesting because, as we know, Naomi cashed in the Women's Money in the Bank at Evolution to become the Women's World Champion. So this is a good way to, kind of wrap up that feud, keep Jade and Naomi away from each other for a while. Tiffany Stratton's kind of held on to the title for a minute, I feel like. I do feel like WWE and, TKO higher-ups probably want to push Jade Cargill. So I'm going to have her winning this match and becoming the new WWE Women's Champion. We got Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. And, a lot of people were complaining about this match. I wasn't the biggest fan when I first heard it, but I think it's going to be a fun match. It's not going to be anything too crazy, nothing too out there, too wonky. Jelly Roll, to his credit, he's been at the Performance Center practicing, so we'll give him that. We'll see how it translates to the ring. For what it's worth, a lot of people thought Logan Paul was going to be a absolute terrible wrestler, and he has proven everybody wrong. Who do I have winning this match and why? Like I said, it's a fun match. I don't feel like they're going to have Jelly Roll lose his WWE debut. So I'm going to go with Randy and Jelly Roll on this one. We got the Women's Intercontinental title on the line between Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch. Now, this feud, I don't know. I'm kind of ready for it to be over. Who do I have winning this match and why? I feel like Becky Lynch is going to win and retain the title. That's just a gut feeling I have. We got the U.S. title, the men's U.S. title, defended in a steel cage match between Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. Now, Solo won the title. I believe, I want to say it was at a Saturday night's main event, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think he's going to keep that title for long. I think he is a transitional champion. I think WWE knows what they have in the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu. And I have Jacob Fatu reclaiming his title and becoming the new United States champion. So let's see. We've covered that. We've covered that. We haven't covered this yet. So we got the women's tag titles on the line. That's going to be between Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. You know, they're not friends, or are they? Against the representatives of the Judgment Day, Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. Now, for those of you who don't know, Liv Morgan was injured. Liv Morgan was one half of the women's tag team champion. She had to relinquish that title, but she didn't relinquish it and her and Raquel vacated it. She relinquished it and Roxanne Perez was officially added to the Judgment Day as a result. And now she is defending the title with Raquel Rodriguez. I have Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss winning this match. I really like the tag team of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. It really allows Charlotte Flair to show her personality, which I feel like in like her main feuds and stuff, she wasn't able to do, like when it came to competing for the world titles. We have the Women's World Championship defended. Now, this is going to be a match between Naomi, who I said cashed in when, I believe the match was between Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. She cashed in at Evolution, became the champion. So, who do I have winning this match and why? Honestly, I love Rhea Ripley as a wrestler, don't get me wrong. She's one of my favorite wrestlers at the moment. Io Sky held the title from Mania to Evolution. I think if Jade's winning the title, Naomi's going to retain the title. What have we not covered yet? Let me look over this. Recently, right. Recently, AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio for the men's Intercontinental title. Who do I have winning this match and why? So, I really like the angle they've been running with AJ and Dominic. You know, Dominic's like, Adam Pearce has been coming to him. Hey, have you been cleared? Are you going to get cleared? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. AJ, like, you know, praying, hoping, wishing, doing all these spots where he's like, is he going to get cleared? Finally gets cleared on this past episode of Monday Night Raw. Hits AJ with the title and is like, I'll see you at SummerSlam. Now, Dom is one of the most over wrestlers that WWE has at the moment. But AJ Styles is the phenomenal one. I think, personally, this is going to be my favorite match of SummerSlam weekend. I'm calling that now. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that AJ Styles is going to become the new Intercontinental Champion. So, give me just a second. I'll be right back with y'all. We've covered that. We've covered that. We've covered that. Don't want to cover that just yet. Another match that is most likely going to be added to WWE SummerSlam. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, main event Jey Uso. So, a part of the bloodline still seems to exist. Versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Roman laid down the gauntlet. He returned on Monday Night Raw, told Paul Heyman some stuff. Paul Heyman, you know, being the weasel that he is, was like, Seth's injured, you can join our faction. No. Roman, you know, speared one of the guys. Jey Uso came out, speared the other guy. Roman Reigns on Twitter, and yes, we are calling it Twitter because we don't talk to our exes, he laid down the challenge of, hey, Jey Uso, balls in your court. Tag with me at SummerSlam, take these guys out. He told Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, hey, SummerSlam, that's where you need to compete, da-da-da-da-da, all this other stuff, the Manias, the PLEs. I have Roman Reigns and Jey Uso winning this match. You know, they're not going to have Roman return to lose a match. Unless they're trying to put over Braun and Braun as the next big things, then maybe. But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Roman and Jey Uso win this match. And now, the other match, the WWE Undisputed title is on the line. It's a WrestleMania 41 rematch. And thank you for adding the stipulation that y'all did to this match. Because the Mania 41 match was underwhelming. Very. Like, don't get me wrong, I appreciate that John Cena won 17. You know, we got the shirt right here. But here's my prediction for this. It's a street fight now. Cody Rhodes, John Cena had that contract signing on the SmackDown in San Antonio, Texas. John Cena tried to say, hey, I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to compete at SummerSlam. Cody Rhodes wasn't having it. And pretty much he was like, nah, I'm not accepting that. Beat John Cena up, threw him back in the ring, was like, we're having this match. It's going to be a street fight. Who do I have winning this match and why? Now, as much as I would love to see John Cena hold this belt until the end of his reign, I don't foresee that happening because I feel like somewhere in the middle of this retirement tour, you have to turn him back babyface. And I feel like there's going to be a double turn at SummerSlam. There's going to be surprises. There's going to be twists and turns. I think Cody's going to go full Homelander mode, and we're going to get heel Cody Rhodes, and then we're going to get a resentment arc with John Cena where he goes on like this babyface redemption arc. So we'll see. But that's what I have for WWE SummerSlam. Is this the end of this podcast? No, I'm not only doing a 12-minute podcast. So, other stuff coming up on the channel. We got your AFC and your NFC prediction videos. Those are still coming to the channel. I have been working behind the scenes, day in, day out, on your weekly NFL pick'ems. I'm going to start working on college football pick'ems as well. The Kobe Bryant player episode, that is still coming to the channel. Like, that will be dropped August 24th, 2025. I've said this, that's going to be part of the podcast. The college football, when they do their top 10, preseason rankings, I will do a video on my thoughts on that. There's been a lot of NFL news and stuff that's came out that I need to catch up with on TikTok, on the TikTok page. I will be slowly getting back into that. Other things of that nature, I don't think, let's look over the notes one more time. We've covered that, just making sure I didn't miss anything. No, it looks like we covered everything on that. What else? So let's talk about some of the best SummerSlams. My favorite match of all time is obviously Hulk Hogan versus Shawn Michaels from 2005. No, I'm trolling. But honestly, SummerSlam matches that I really enjoyed, Undertaker versus Edge. I believe that was Hell in a Cell. That's probably my favorite SummerSlam match. Stuff coming up. Basketball, that won't be until October. So we're probably going to go very NFL, WWE, college football based here soon. This is just to get a feel back for recording, things of that nature. Trying to think what else would be coming to the channel. We already said the player episode for that. I've been thinking, but I don't want to take away from the channel, been thinking about getting into streaming as well, but that might be something we do in here. Maybe stream like Madden 26, College Football 26 when I get my hands on those. Maybe stream some WWE 2K25. Could do like the pay-per-view simulation. Be like, okay, this is who I think is going to win this match. I just did the prediction video right here. I do want to say thank y'all for 302 subscribers, I believe. That's what we were at the last time I checked the channel. It does not go unnoticed. It does not go unappreciated. I appreciate y'all being patient with me. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. And yeah, we're going to keep grinding. We're going to keep doing our thing on here because at the end of the day, this is what I want to make a career out of. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not easy to sit here and try to build a channel. It is very daunting, I should say. Daunting in the sense, don't get me wrong, it's very rewarding. You know, I've gotten sponsorships out of it. I've gotten connections out of it. You know, I'm still trying to work behind the scenes and get, you know, former players on the channel. There's other channels I see out here and I'm like, wow, I'm only at episode 66. But like my friends over at the 14 Rings podcast, I believe they're in their hundreds on their episode. But I will, and this isn't me making excuses, it is hard to produce and do a show when it's only one person compared to when you have a handful of people. And I'm not faulting nobody for that, but it can be a lot. It does get frustrating sometimes. I'm not going to sugarcoat that at all with y'all. But we are back. We are back. We will be posting more content. What else? Once we get to 500 subscribers, there's a couple of things that get unlocked. Your second Fourth Down Forum giveaway, that is the mini helmet giveaway. So the winner of that will be contacted same way we did the last giveaway. My boy Big Mike of the Runnin' Wrestling podcast, which y'all should really give them a subscribe and check out their channel. He won the first giveaway, and that was at random. That was before he was doing the podcast stuff, if I'm not mistaken. The second giveaway, mini helmet of either your favorite collegiate or NFL team. It will be at random. And yeah. But yeah, we got stuff coming up to the channel. I'm excited about it. I'm really looking forward to getting back into creative mode. You know, grinding, putting out videos for the channel, trying to get to 500. That's what I was talking about. Went astray for a little bit. Once we hit 500, the other thing is I believe I can unlock partner on YouTube, and that is something I would really like to do because I believe once I unlock partner, I can get this channel monetized, which is something I have been pushing for a minute. So yeah, that said, I believe that is all I have for y'all. NFL training camp has started. We might be doing coverage on that. We might not. I'm not really sure yet. I know pick'ems, once we get into that, like NFL and collegiate, that's going to be a twice a week thing. So I got to pick set days for when we're going to post, set times, be consistent with that. But other than that, thank y'all for the love. Thank y'all for the support. I appreciate y'all being on this journey with me. We're going to continue pushing. We're going to continue being motivated. We're going to try to push this to the moon because that's where I want this to go. I want to make a career out of this. And furthermore, I will be making a career out of this if I play my cards right. That said, much love. Appreciate y'all. And I will see y'all back here for episode 67.
Waiting for my day when I'm